All right, all right, all right, all right. Well, it just so happens to the people who saw the new banner on my, if you go to YusefWateef just on my main page, you actually saw the banner that said, I'm committing to, I mean, I'm probably going to, don't get me wrong, but at least twice a week. It's going to be Mondays at 10 p.m. And Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've got a lot of things I'll be talking about, but those are the two times that I'm definitely going to come in. Where do I start? Apparently, there are some people who aren't having nice things or understanding that the world operates on levels and tiers who are really like upset about the one aspect of my in Brazil being for Maid. Now, for the people who were here yesterday, you saw I did a detailed outline of the cost of living in Sao Paulo, Brazil. I gave everything from the cost of my apartment to how much I spend on groceries to how much I spend on going out to eat versus food, all those things. And some people they took umbrage, but they said, oh, you have a maid. And I really want to dig into that. I want to dig into the pretentiousness, not on my part, because there was none, but on theirs. I have had a maid in most of the places I've lived. A maid is not an indicator of whether or not you are a good or bad person. It's an indicator of whether or not you can outsource labor. And I talked earlier in another video about outsourcing labor and whether or not you can afford it. Now, I want to be clear. The first analogy I'll give is I could learn how to change my own oil in my motorcycle or car, but I'm not, because I'm better served letting someone else do that while I do something different that makes me money at that time instead of the time I would lose doing something different. With maids, it's different though. See, when we see maids, first let me do this. Let me show you for a reference yesterday in case anybody wants to go back and take a look at that. If you look right here, Brazil's cost of living expenses, this is where you're going to go if you want to get any information on what it's like to live in Brazil, specifically Sao Paulo, Brazil. I'm here for any questions that you may have. Now, another one of reference. Here we go. It was called, excuse me. How come I can't find it? Buying People's Sweat is in the tag. I buy grunt work to make money is where I talked about leveraging other people's labor. And when I talk about having a laundromat down the road that washes my tank tops and folds them up and puts them in a bag, no one had an issue. When I talk about going to a restaurant to have someone in the back cook my chicken for me, no one has an issue. But when I talked about a maid, they said, oh, I hope you're paying her salary the right way and her taxes, having no idea whatsoever whether or not they even know what they're talking about, because most people don't. Unless you're living here and are current in that situation, you don't even know the right question to ask. But what I want to get into is, why do people feel that way? Like, why are people, anybody feel free to jump in. Why are people, oh, hold on a second. Thank you, Erica. Nothing wrong with having a house cleaner. Hey, Erica, are you new to the team? Have you been here before? I'm looking at your icon and it's not familiar. Let us know in the comments how you found me. And thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and hang out with me. Let me know if you came by because I talk about Bitcoin or because I talk about Brazil or world travel. What brought you into the game? Either way, I appreciate it. Now, I do want to be clear about a few things. There is a definite class undertone in Brazil to having a house cleaner or a maid or a diarista, which is a day cleaner, because the cost of labor, manual labor, in Brazil is disproportionately low, which is a direct legacy of slavery and its later on impacts, because most of the people, oh, you've been lurking. Hold on, I'm gonna finish my sentence. You've been lurking. I saw your video on finding mentors. Well, hey, I hope that video was something that you got something out of. leave a message in the comments on that video. Let me know what you thought of it. Let me know what you'd like to see in another video about mentors or anything that I talked about, because I'm always looking for quality feedback from people. And for anyone watching who doesn't know what she's talking about, what Erica is talking about, live, how to attract mentors. We had a deep conversation about that. So that's the video that Erica is referencing, and I hope everybody gets a chance to go back and check that out. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, I'm about to go live on my channel, so I cannot join. All right, but have a great show with your quality content, and I'm glad that you have Maid. Let me tell everybody something, because the internet is a big place, right? The internet is a place where everybody has the opportunity to get their shine on. Everybody has the opportunity to make room for someone else. It's not like the old days when you only had 1 or 2 or 3 channels and you had to be watching one because one wasn't going to be recorded. So I want everybody to know Reigning Woman is a dear friend of mine, dear friend of the show, and I want everybody to take time to go to her channel. Go to her channel and subscribe. I tell all my friends, if there's someone that I recommend to you, I want you to go subscribe to their channel for a week. If you like it, stay. If you don't, I'm still going to try and bring you my quality content, and I hope you stick around. But I hope you find more than one person that can give you what you're looking for, no matter what that is. Because I'm good at what I'm good at, but I'm not good at what she's good at. And if she can fill another need, another hole in your life that can be filled with some calming presence and a really relaxing, cheerful voice, go see her. Yeah, I will. You know what? I'm going to share you know what she said? Share my LinkedIn. One of the things that I always tell people, tell people is that I'm not a YouTuber. I don't get a contract with YouTube or anything like that. I'm an editor, writer, ghostwriter, copy editor. If you have a book that needs to be edited for university level punctuation and grammar, I'm the person that does it. If you have something that needs to be ghostwritten on our website, I'm the person that does it. I work closely with my clients, and there are people listening right now who know I work closely with my clients, but I need the clients to work closely back. Hey, brother Nathan Francis, thanks for popping over to my channel. Thanks for going over to hers. I'm glad you had the opportunity to stop in and say hello to the team. And last but not least, going back to Erica, please subscribe and share. Share this with somebody. Share this on all your social media. I tell people to share it on Tinder and say, hey, if we can talk about something like this afterwards, there's going to be a great reason that we both swiped on each other. And if I haven't shown you guys, this is who I am. For anybody who wants to join me on LinkedIn, I'm the same person everywhere. I am who I am. I tell people all the time, do not look at my resume first. Instead, I want you to skip all the way down and look at what my references say about me. Look at what the clients that I've done quality work for say about me. And that'll give you a much more accurate description of who I am and what I'm capable of. But going back to the main topic. Thank you. Going back to that main topic, I have, I like to say things that I believe are true and arrogantly believe are profound. So I don't get a lot of people behaving erratically to my videos. I usually have a lot of people saying things that are thought out, and even if they disagree with me. But with this whole Maid issue, they behaved as if somehow I must be this abusive savage because I had a house cleaner. That by definition, having a house cleaner means I am a terrible person. I must not treat her fairly or equitably. I must not pay her a fair day's wage for a fair day's service, which is interesting because none of those things are true. But even if they were, those wouldn't be by definition of me having a cleaning lady. That would simply be how I treated people. I would treat the guy who changed my oil the same way. I would treat the guy who cooked my chicken down the road the same way. So what I'm trying to get at is, and maybe some people can help me with this, where do we get that? Where do people get that? And Nathan, I'm looking for your feedback on this. Nathan is a well-traveled man, and he understands a little bit more about the way things work. So I'm looking for your feedback as well. My question is, how did we get there? How did we get to a point where everyone wants to believe and attack and say, I hope you're doing this, and that's so stuck up of you? Well, stuck up, I also have a guy that shaved my mustache because I could do it, but he does it better. And if I mess up, it's going to ruin my evening because I know how much work I put into getting it there. So the question that keeps coming up is, why is this one area? Why is this one area? Why is this one area so sensitive? People akin having a maid to having a slave, which is a complete, farce. I don't understand it. Hold on. Nathan, I frequently employ people for many tasks while in the Philippines. Brother Nathan visits Philippine Islands. He's a businessman and world traveler, and he has people that work for him. But why is that one occupation the one that people get antsy about? Ganwe, not everybody here speaks Portuguese, so do me a favor. If you're going to say something in Portuguese, I want you to put / and put it in English so that everybody can understand. Brother Ganwe is in Brazil as well. He's a world traveler. He comes on sometimes and says hello. He had a decent website going, then he pulled it down, so I'm trying to bully him into getting it back up there. But that's neither here nor there. Excuse me. So where I'm going with this is, there is definitely a racial component to having a maid in São Paulo, Brazil, certainly. I have seen very few maids that were not Black. Most of the maids that I have seen, okay, there you go, Darway. What's up? I hope you're having a good evening, my friend. All right, Erica. Lack of knowledge. I have a cleaning company. They're paid on average $15 per hour and treated very respectfully. There you go. But it's just interesting. I don't even know if you would get as much hate as I do because I hire a maid on a personal level, whereas you own a cleaning company. Do you find that any of your clients have people make terrible value judgments against them because they have a cleaning service? We should also talk, Erica. I would love to run this by you. I had a friend who started a cleaning service with 10 employees, and she had someone that went into your homes, cleaned everything top to bottom, soup to nuts. What was interesting is this was in Las Vegas, Nevada. She went out of business in less than 8 months. She said you can't compete with illegal help. And that's a very polemic and polarizing issue to deal with. I'd love your input on that. Let's see. Legacy, the imagery of slavery, and perhaps a flawed connection between serving, servitude, and slavery. Those are three words that people don't know the difference between. You're right. You're right. Serving, servitude, and slavery. I think when people hear one word, they assume all three, and the worst characteristic being slavery. I don't think they really understand that it's possible to understand. It's possible for me to understand the inherent lack of choices that leads to someone being, and I'm going to use my own Giardista house cleaner, for example. She's 50 years old, Black Brazilian woman, is illiterate in her own language. She will never have a job that pays her better or more than she does now. She is a product of, the same thing uneducated Americans are a product of, a system of government that favors those with wealth and as secondary favors those who are not Black. That meant the schools that she went to, just like inner city Black children or rural children, she didn't go to a school that educated her well, and she was thrust out upon the world. And unfortunately, a lot of people that don't have a whole lot of choices, end up in those positions, like being a house cleaner. I can't go back in time and reverse her situation, so what do? I pay her a fair day's wages for a fair day's work. I did get taken advantage of once just to give some balance to the force. Hold on. Ganwe the Prodigy. I think it's because the term is associated with nobility. The term is associated with nobility. So, Ganwe, do you think that people believe that because I have a maid, I believe that I am better than others? There's also a cultural aspect because the reality is in Brazil, a regular working class family can afford to have a maid. They just can. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it because the cost of having a maid is so low that anyone who's working class, which isn't a lot of people, there's a big discrepancy, they can do it. Let's look up, hold on, maid salary USA. Erica said she pays about $15 an hour. I want to take a quick look and see how much this costs in the U.S. Excuse me, U.S. News and World Report. Take a quick look at this with me. The average housekeeper makes 23 on the median. No, 23 in Brazil. That would mean she would be making 80,000 reais a year, which would be an insane amount of money for her out here. So yeah, there's no way that you're getting anywhere. I mean, $15 US an hour out here would be 65 reais an hour. And no, that would be insane. That would be insane. The cost of living out here is so much lower that you would be being taken advantage of. People say I'm being taken advantage of because I only have her clean the house and I don't have children. I don't have her cooking rice for me and things like that. Now, Erica, I want to ask a personal question because I just got your other message. Can I share what you just linked me with, or do you want to keep that separate? I'm more than happy to show the world who you are. If you got something you can bring to the world, I'm okay with that. Horst Metten. Horst, I don't know that name. I don't know that name. If you're new, tell me how you found me, and please tell me you already subscribed because that's really important. Let's see. I'm in Alabama. Not any illegal aliens here. I would be hard pressed to believe that because you're part of the continental United States. There are illegal aliens in Alabama. But you have side hustlers versus pro companies, and the rate is different because the overhead is different. Those are the illegals. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. And that's the problem. That's the problem. My friend who had her own cleaning company, that's the problem that she had. It has nothing to do with paying too much or too little. It's about offer and demand. So if I'm with you, what you're telling me is that there are more people willing to supply the cleaning service because they don't have any other skills than there is demand. So that drives the price down for each cleaning person. Because in the United States, a cleaning person would demand more and they would be able to get more. Tell me if I'm wrong with that. Gonway, when we are being educated in our adolescent years, maids and nannies were associated with aristocracy and royalty. Yeah, I would tend to agree. I would tend to agree. Oh, by the way, guys, Erica said I could go ahead and show who she is. One of the things I love doing at my channel is I'm not selfish. I introduce people to my friends. If I have cool people I interact with, I've made some amazing connections from this channel. Erica just showed me who she is on LinkedIn, and she joined me. Let's tiptoe through Erica's tulips real quick and see. I like your image. I like this because I have an old-fashioned typewriter in mind. Let's see. The picture looks like you got a couple of filters on there. No shade. Got a lot of connections. So I shouldn't talk. 140 followers. I'm going to go back and read some of your articles. I'm definitely going to read some of your articles. As a writer myself, I'll have a special appreciation for it. Technical support engineer. Track technical problems to a solution, identified and implemented to the customer satisfaction. I like that. I like that. As someone who writes resumes professionally, I like that one. In executive management. Nice. Volunteer. Hey, I hope, listen, everybody, go become part of Erica's network. You know, you never know when you're going to need someone who does what she does. Let's. Oh, okay. You know me from the Foreigners in Brazil page. Okay. Well, hey, I hope you get a chance to click in. Let's see. Here comes trouble. Just got here. Does your cleaning? Oh, I thought you were going to come with some nonsense. Well, thank you for coming in with a reasonable question. No, you know I love you. Just got here. Does your cleaning lady ask you to pay monthly or weekly? Are you out of your mind? That's cash in hand, day of service. When she comes in and cleans, she expects that cash in hand when she leaves. We're not talking about someone who lives a lifestyle that will allow her to wait from one month to another. I'm going to tell you guys a story that directly relates to the question on the screen right now. I got a message once from her, and she said she wanted to know if I could pay her for the next time that she cleaned ahead of time because she was having a problem, and she wanted to be paid early, a cash advance. Now, when I was a very young man working in, getting my way out through college, I was in that situation once. I remember my boss fronted me some cash. I said, sure. And when I gave it to her, I said, will I see you on next Saturday to come in at 9 or 10 a.m. to clean? She said, sure. Friday, I got a message. And this is what hurt me. She said that there was a major soccer game going on that she needed to be with her family to watch. My friends have laughed at me and told me, A, that I was stupid for giving her the money ahead of time, which I was, but I was looking at it like this. I figure I'm paying her to learn whether or not I can trust her, right? 2, they said, she's telling you the truth. She's not coming to work because there's a soccer game that's important to watch with her family. And that got me right in the, so let me get this right. I front you cash because you came here with a sob story because you needed it, and I didn't make you feel bad about it. I didn't berate you. I said, hey, if this little bit of money to me is enough to make a difference in your life, cool. For the record, Gonway is just robbing people. 70 to 100. Unless you live in a shoebox, you're not even paying it. I'm just mad because I pay a little bit more, but that's okay. And I feel like I'm emotionally confused because I'm talking to someone who I know she doesn't have the resources, right? But at the same time, if I front you the cash, shouldn't your first priority be saying, let me get this guy his money back? Because you know what? He went out and did this for me. So maybe I should prioritize doing the work that I promised because in the future, I may need his help again. That's not a high dollar business concept. That's just would seem like common sense. If I went to Brother Nathan and I said, Nate, hey, I'm going to do something for you, but I need 2 months advance, not 1 month, 2 months advance. I'm not going to come to him with any excuses of why it didn't get done. Nathan said, I live in Williamsburg, Virginia, retired Navy. Thank you for your service. My dad was Navy. My dad made sure I was never, ever to consider the United States military as an option. We can have that conversation later. Due to having a small child and working, I frequently employed 4 wonderful ladies for cleaning and babysitting, 3 German and 1 Hispanic. What is Hispanic? Where's Hispania? Can you point to that on a map? Can you show me where Hispania is? Could you just say they're Mexican? Can you say you hired a Mexican woman? Let's see. I don't even use the service that often. I have to have somebody in once a week. Otherwise, look at me. It's not going to, I could do it, but why? When I can go across the street with my laptop and do something that's going to make me 3 times what I'm paying her. In Houston, I'm paying $60 per week. I'll pay at the beginning of the month. But the person you were paying $60 a week, was it a company? Was it an individual? How was that being done? Was that somebody that you're looking at as long-term? I don't know how to read emojis, so you're going to have to help me understand what. If people can tell me in the comments what the double face yell means, I don't speak emoji. I just send memes because they're literal. It was my general manager's wife. That sounds like the beginning of an interesting fairy tale. So my general manager's wife comes over to clean my apartment. No, we don't want to go down that road. Not here. Where am I? Someone said something. I didn't want to miss anybody's. I didn't want to miss anybody's comment. Where were we? Excuse me. Oh, it means preacher. I agree. Thank you. Okay, so everybody, whenever you see this, that's what it means. So Nathan, when you said yes, I want to be clear, Nathan. Are you saying that you were using the word Hispanic because you didn't want to say you hired a Mexican? And if you're not doing anything wrong, Why couldn't you just say Mexican? It's like when people say, oh, you know, my daughter-in-law is Hispanic. Really? Point to a map. Show me what is the capital of Hispania. No, she's Mexican, but people act like, and that's so disrespectful to Mexicans. I've been to Mexico. They're great people. Excellent seafood. I don't know why any of it didn't get to the United States, but that's neither here nor there. Except I think she was Honduran. Why would you say yes about Mexican when she was Honduran? Honduras, a great country. I had a friend from there once. I'd love to check that place out one day. But I don't want to keep everybody too late tonight. I wanted to get some feedback on that, because to pretend that having a particular service makes you a bad person because you can afford it and you do, I'm inclined to believe they don't understand the concept of I can have a maid because the money I pay her buys me the time that I can use to make other money, which is more than I pay her. But I don't think they see it that way. I think they do see it. I think honestly, I think Ganwe hit it on the head, that they look at it as something that aristocrats did, that people born into wealth did, because working class people, I guess they think working class people don't put other people to work, which is the whole point of being able to be in control of your finances and how you stream your money. I'm proud to say I hire a Black woman. I hire Black people to work for me. I can say that unapologetically. But because one of them happens to be a cleaning lady, it doesn't make me any less. Do you live in the US or Brazil? Didn't you just say you met me in the Foreigners in Brazil group, Ross? So that would mean, by definition, I live in Brazil. I live in São Paulo, Brazil. That's where I am right now. Where are you? Where are you, Horse? And yep, I think so, except she was not Mexican. Point well taken. That's so American of us, though, because like anybody south of the border is just Mexican to a lot of Americans. It's like, no, they're a bunch of different people. How do I know? Because I love all their different food. That's how they recruited me into appreciating their cultures. I think it has something to do with not being able to afford such a service. I didn't want to make it about money. I don't want to say that the people who are angry at me for having a house cleaner, oh, well, you can't afford it. That may be the case, but I think that's kind of a low-hanging fruit argument for me, and I'd like to hope that that's not true. I hope that's not where it is. In any case, folks, I say that to say this. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to hang out with me. For people who started watching us at the end, go back to the beginning. We had a great conversation. Not that way. Wait, not being able to afford. Okay, not that way. Okay, now you're gonna hold me back for a few minutes. Can you explain? I'm gonna go through my closing remarks and you explain in the typing part. Thank you for everybody who took time out of their day to hang out with me. This channel has been growing, and I'm so proud of it because I've been able to do it with my integrity intact, not having to resort to low-hanging fruit and talking about things that I think are stupid. I'm glad that I have people who watch this that look for quality conversation. You're not going to get a whole lot of nonsense and buffoonery. You're going to get people who want to have a great conversation and really learn things. That's why I put videos out about what helped me financially, places I've lived in the world, and information you can get. Always willing to hear from anybody who has anything they want to hear me talk about. I'm always looking for other great people to meet. Thank you. Okay. Like that, you're wasting your money. Yeah, then they don't understand the concept. They don't understand the concept of hiring someone to do something for you. During that time, you can make more money. That's the thing that that's what they don't understand. So they see it as a waste of time, because the way I would look at it is when they do it, they would hire the maid and then go someplace and just drink coffee and screw off. Whereas when my maid comes over, I go across the street, order a cup of coffee, open up my laptop, and make it a point to earn more money than I'm paying her by at least twice. And again, I find it there in how I buy grunt work to make money. So I want everybody to have a good night. See, they don't understand it's not a waste of money, but a better way to spend your money. As you can take that time to make more money, tell them or preach. I agree with you. In any case, I hope everybody has a great night. Love you all, and thank you. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.